The New York Jets went on a $131 million spending spree in free agency. What were the good moves? What were the questionable moves? We'll talk about it. Plus, what's next? There's plenty of meat still on that bone for the green and white. Boy Green Daily starts right now, reacting to the first wave of New York Jets free agency. Let's go.
I'm going to lose my gosh darn bananas. Boy Green Daily starts now. Zoinks!
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Let's go!
Dewey Mama.
Put your seatbelts on. Get ready for the ride. We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Paul Eston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I am the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcast, in addition to this live show every single day at 7:30. We're also live an extra 2 days of the week on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 3 o'clock, so we'll be coming back at you in a couple of hours. Plus, on top of that, we also do short-form videos reacting to all the news, and you've been seeing with all the Jets free agent splashes. In day one, it's day one / pre-day one. It's been $131 million spending spree for the New York Jets. Here are all the moves they made. Of course, on Sunday night, they locked in Jamin Sherwood, 3-year deal for $45 million. They got their QB1, Justin Fields, 2-year deal for $40 million. You go over Brandon Stevens, the Baltimore Ravens cornerback, 3-year deal for $36 million. And then late last night, my boy, Andre Cisco, Jacksonville Jaguars safety, in a 1-year deal for $10 million. Add that all up, baby, and that is a $131 million spending spree. And I want to start with this because, you know what, it's important to pat yourself on the back. I was on the Jake Asman show on Friday. You might have seen it. It cross-streamed on this channel too. But Jake asked me a question about which free agent I would circle, and I think I remember what I said.
If you could have any free agent, like realistic for the Jets, who would be like your number one guy you'd want them to sign?
My number one guy. Well, I'll tell you one guy I love a lot, and this won't be a big name to a lot of people, but I think he just fits exactly what the Jets need. Jacksonville Jaguars safety Andre Cisco, an absolute ball hawk. You go back to his collegiate days. Again, I've got Syracuse bias, of course, when he was here with the Orange, but he's been a ball hawk at the NFL level, and the Jets defense just needs somebody that can take the ball away. I love Cisco, super young guy, would make a lot of sense. He's not going to break the bank, won't be the Javon Holland type level investment that would be required. He's going to be much cheaper than that. He's a guy, quite frankly, that really revs my engine, for goodness sake, that I would like a lot too. Oh, I see. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was me. Yeah, baby. I told you, people. Come on, give some love to gosh darn Boy Green, baby. I know what I was talking about. I absolutely know what I was talking about. And this is exactly, we'll start with Andre Cisco. And I said it in the video for Cisco, the short form video. If you guys enjoy that content, appreciate it. Like the video, hit subscribe. There are some players the Jets sign where you're like, oh, I need to hit a Goog search to try to really understand the full flower of this player. He's not someone I had on my bingo card as a target or what have you. Sometimes that happens. I'll tell you, one player that was not required was Andre Cisco. I live here in upstate New York. I covered Andre here in Syracuse. I've interviewed Andre Cisco one-on-one here in Syracuse. I know who Andre Cisco is. I know what he's all about. And there's a reason I circled him on the calendar, folks. He is the player that the Jets desperately need. The Jets have struggled. I'm currently working on an article. It'll be up after this show. If you don't watch live, you can check it out on Heavy.com, covering all things New York Jets. This is a playmaker. This is a guy that no matter where he's been in his career, whether it's been in the pros, whether it's been in college, he intercepts the football. He just wrapped up his 4-year rookie contract with the Jaguars. In his 4 years, he got 8 picks, including a pick 6. In the pros. So 8 interceptions in 4 years. Oh, that sounds pretty good. Go to college. In 3 years, he had 13 picks. 12 of those 13 picks, believe it or not, came within his first 2 seasons. This guy is a ball hawk. He takes the ball away. He's a playmaker. He's aggressive. He's aggressive with his tackling. He's aggressive with his coverage. Now, I'll tell you this. Sometimes that gets the young man in trouble. He's coming off his worst year as a pro. That's why he only signed for a 1-year deal for $10 million. PFF actually projected him to get a big money deal, 3-year deal for $27 million. But as I said on the Jake Asman show, the reason why I didn't think he was going to get that is because of some of the struggles of last year. When you're that aggressive, sometimes you could get got. And a blown coverage. I was having some exchange with some person on that YouTube shorter video commenting back and forth about they were questioning the ball hawk nature of Andre Cisco. And again, we can all have different opinions. To me, I would rather, there are 2 things here that I've said in the past, and I'll repeat it here. 1, I would rather a player be so aggressive that I have to either calm down his aggressiveness as opposed to a player's not aggressive enough. He sits on his hands too much. He's not willing to dive in front and make a play. So give me player number 1 in that scenario 100 times out of 100. Now, let me give you another example of that. For confidence, we talked about Shedeur Sanders earlier. This is a free agency show, so I won't spend a lot of time on draft, but Shedeur Sanders has a lot of confidence, and that rubs some people the wrong way that are not as confident as Shedeur Sanders, and they're uncomfortable with that. Again, to me, I'd much rather have a guy that is super confident, and I have to go, whoa, let's calm that down a little, than trying to instill confidence into a player, especially at the quarterback position. So to me, give me the more aggressive guy. To me, give me the more confident guy, just to sort of bring it full circle. So again, Cisco is not a perfect player. If he was, he would have signed for a lot more than a 1-year deal for $10 million. But he's exactly the player the Jets need. The Jets have struggled to create takeaways on the defensive side of the football. Andre Cisco could be the center fielding ball hawk this Jets secondary has needed for a long-ass time. And I'm so fired up. Like I said, I know Andre. I've got to interview Andre. Hopefully we get him back on the show. That'd be great. But even still, Andre Cisco is exactly what the New York Jets needed in the secondary. And he's 24 years old. This guy will turn 25 before the start of the season, but he's so young. And it works out great. If Andre Cisco is as great as I think he's going to be, Jets are going to sign him to a long-term deal, and that's your next safety for the next 10 years, hopefully. If for some reason he doesn't vibe with the Jets or something happens, you let him go after a 1-year deal. It's a low-risk, high-reward kind of move. My favorite kinds of moves to make. So, pat myself on the back. There you go, Boy Green. Nice job, pal, calling that one. I just hit him, baby. I just hit him. God delivered, I signed for it. That's all. There we go, baby. Hey, look at this DNY for life, making it rain from the high heavens, baby. You love to see it. A 5-pack of Boy Green Coffee Club memberships. Be opening up the phone lines because I know there's a lot of people that wants to call in about all of these different free agents and what's next. We'll also do that here on the show as well. Hit them with this. Here are the 5 new members to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Again, shout out to Devin, baby. Mimosa McNeary, you are now a member. Iconical Ware, you are a member to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Andel Diet, Chris, Tampa John. You guys are all now members to the Boy Green Coffee Club, baby. Love it. Thank you, Devin. Thank you, a.k.a. DNY for life. Again, we've got a giveaway happening on this channel, and I just want to say thank you to all of you. We have surpassed 7,500 subscribers on YouTube. It's been a long time coming. So cool. And my chase is for 10,000 subs. So at every big mile marker on the channel, we're going to be doing big giveaways. So we will be doing a 7,500 giveaway. When things calm down a little bit, I'll be giving that out to a lucky subscriber. And we're going to be doing our next big giveaway at 8,000. So we're under 500 away from that. So I'm really excited about that too. So we'll keep an eye out for that one. That's going to be a lot of gosh darn fun. By the way, Devin, a.k.a. DNY for Life, 17 raffle tickets so far this month. We really appreciate you, pal. Really appreciate you. So there's Andre Cisco. There's one. There's one I really loved. It was to me a really great signing. Really liked it. Terrific. There is more to do. Philly Noodles. Yes, we did sign Cisco last night. 1-year deal, $10 million. Adam Schefter on that one. Again, I have a story halfway done. I got up early this morning. I was working on that. I will have that up today. And yes, as Jared B says, man, what a day for Twitter to go down. Twitter is my number one app among all the things that I pay attention to. That's where I get my news. So that was incredibly frustrating yesterday. That was incredibly frustrating yesterday. But thank you to Jared B. I do want to give a special shout out to Jared B. for all the reasons we should, because he's a great moderator on this channel. But he was my Twitter, which we appreciate. Joey R, by the way, jumping on board. Green, looks like to me Andre Cisco type players are what AGE is looking for because he between ran a 4.3 at the combine. For your information, 100% he blew up the combine coming out, and surprisingly he fell to the third round. I was shocked. Now he got injured during his final season at Syracuse during like a pregame warmup. I was actually in the building when Cisco got hurt for that pregame warmup, and I'm like, oh no, and so that. Must have tanked the stock a little bit, fell all the way to the third round. I couldn't believe it. I thought he had a chance to be a first rounder. And so it was too bad that he got hurt there. And I agree with Taylor Sterling. Let's go sign Ifitu Melifonwu, another Syracuse product who could play corner and safety. That excites me greatly. So he's on the next list. We'll do that before we get out of here. We got 600 people in the room. Make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe. And yes, Terrence Hill likes all my hat game. I do love hats. I'm a big Jet hat guy. Yeah, baby. All right, let's get a couple of things here. Let's talk about the other signings real quick. So, Andre Cisco, love it, low risk, high reward, great move. That's the latest move by the New York Jets. Let's go to one that's sort of puzzling. That was cornerback / safety, Brandon Stevens. The Baltimore Ravens, the Jets signed him to a 3-year deal for $36 million. Now, he has played corner and safety in his career. This move came before Andre Cisco. I'm sort of curious what's the play by the New York Jets? Because is he playing corner? Is he playing safety? Now that you have Cisco, I feel less confident that Brandon Stevens is playing safety because I think they're going to go in another direction there. It doesn't feel like they're going Javon Holland anymore, although I guess they could make that splash. That would be incredibly expensive. Tony Adams got the right of first refusal tender, which is just over $3 million. So that means exactly what it sounds like it means. Any team is allowed to offer Tony Adams, who's a restricted free agent, a contract, and the Jets can match it or not match it. If they match it, Tony Adams is a Jet on whatever that contract is. If they don't match it, he goes to a new team and they get no compensation. Or Tony Adams just signs his RFA right of first refusal tender, and he's on a 1-year deal for $3 million. So we'll see what happens with him. I'll be sort of curious. But it seems like the early whispers are he will be the corner. By the way, here's our top 5 scrolling ticker for all our memberships this month. I appreciate it. So it seems like he's going to be playing corner opposite of DJ Reed. Now, he's another guy that's coming off a rough year. And interesting, it sort of seems like the bag that Aaron Glenn is choosing to the bag, let's go the sandbox he wants to play in. Aaron Glenn is trusting himself and this coaching staff to get the most out of the talent. I mentioned all the things about Cisco. Brandon Stevens is another guy. He's a younger guy too, 27. Again, he has versatility. He's played corner and safety. That's super intriguing, obviously, as a guy coming in. And while the tape last year was not Brandon Stevens' best, and the money is richer than I would have expected, the thing that should excite a lot of people about the Brandon Stevens experience when you really look at this guy and you go through everything on it is he's someone that I think, when you really boil it down there for him, is a guy that can add something to this secondary. Like I said, he can play corner, he can play safety. It sounds like he's going to, my gut, based on everything that we're hearing, is that he's going to probably lean corner. Speaking of his down year, he allowed 65 catches for a 107.4 QBR, 27. He was solid in 2023, and the Jets are going to try to see if they could get that back out of him. So that one's sort of, okay. I'm going to trust not Andre Cisco. I am going to trust Andre Cisco because I love Andre Cisco, but I meant to say Aaron Glenn. If he he obviously did on the first day of free agency. It's not even really the first day, but the first day of free agency. If he's targeting this guy, I have to trust what AG sees in these guys. So, okay, Brandon Stevens added to the board. Apparently, that's your DJ Reed replacement. Hey, I'd rather have Brandon Stevens on 3 years for 36 than the Carlton Davis deal. He got $20 million, and apparently the Jets won a bidding war with the Patriots. I hope they just drove the price up on the Patriots, made them spend extra. $20 million per on Carlton Davis? Oh, hell no. I'm glad sometimes the best move you can make is a move you didn't. I am so glad the Jets did not pay Carlton Davis $20 million per for a guy in his late 20s. That would have been rich. That would have been quite rich. And too rich for my blood. So I'm glad the Patriots paid that price, but apparently the Jets were sniffing around in that department. And then, real quick, we'll do the Jamien Sherwood thing. The Jets keep Jamien Sherwood. We already talked about that on a different show, but Jamien Sherwood, he's a homegrown talent. He's one of the best Jets draft success stories they've ever had of a guy they take on the third day of the draft. He's a safety. They convert him to linebacker. He has a very rough first 3 years of his career. He blew out his Achilles one of those times. He was a special teamer. He was a role player on defense. And then in the final season last year, C.J. Mosley goes down in week 2. And Jamien Sherwood, they slap him on the ass, say, "You're our new starting linebacker, buddy." And he goes to town and has this awesome year and cashes in for himself. So I'm so happy for Jamien. Big salute. Congratulations to Jamien. $15 million is a little richer than I would have went, but if you're going to overpay a guy, why not one of your own who's 25? So that part makes me feel pretty good. And then obviously the big news of yesterday was our new QB1, Justin Fields. 2-year deal, $40 million, $30 million in that guaranteed. Again, another richer deal that I didn't see coming, but I'll tell you this. Justin Fields was the best option of the options available. And I know there are Justin Fields haters out there, and that's fine. You don't have to just love every Jet signing. You don't. You absolutely do not. Bring your critical eye. I welcome it. I challenge it. I ask for it. Please, let's have these conversations about players and talk about the players we gained, the players we lost. And boy, did we lose some. Javon Kinlaw on how much? Hassan Reddick, what? DJ Reed, huh? Whoa, boy, there's a lot of money thrown around out there. Maybe that's a different show. But the point is, okay, Justin Fields, to me, was the best quarterback option that was possible. Better than Carson Wentz, better than Marcus Mariota. People, for those that question Justin Fields, door number 2, according to multiple insiders, was Marcus Mariota and Carson Wentz. I'd be excited if it was 2016. It's 2025. The clock has passed on those bastards. Okay. Justin Fields is still 26. His canvas is not finished. There's some paint splatter on there. There's some intriguing things. There's some concerning things. He's got an elite running ability. He's averaged 50-plus rushing yards for every game of his career. Think about that. He has on his docket an 1,100-yard rushing season. That's more rushing yards than Breece Hall has ever had. Think about that for a second. Justin Fields, our quarterback, has more rushing yards in a single season than Breece Hall has ever had. They are going to help each other. No matter what you think of him as a passer, Breece Hall stock went up with the arrival of Justin Fields. When they're running the mesh point in the backfield, woo-wee, we're going to be a running football team, which I'm sure is going to rev the engine of a AG head coach from the 90s. That's going to rev his bleeping engine. We're going to be a run the football team, and that excites me. Let's get back to basics, baby, and we'll see what happens. So Justin Fields excites me. He's 26. There's a chance that this is our Sam Darnold, that this is our Baker Mayfield, that on a 1-year deal, he comes here and with a good situation around him, he achieves it and either gets paid a lot of money by the Jets or a lot of money by another team. And again, it's a 2-year deal, so they do control his rights going into the next season. I don't know. I'm excited about it. We'll see. It's going to be a different looking thing. I don't anticipate Justin Fields throwing for 500 yards or 400 yards, but I'm excited about the increase in the run game, and that is the first wave of New York Jets free agency, baby. All right, let's catch up on your comments. Also, like I said, we'll be opening up the phone lines here on the program. I think there are a lot of good free agents that are still available to me. There's a lot of free agents, and I'll pick some of them out to talk about here on the show, but I want to catch up on any super chats. I saw we had one in here. Let me see. Here we go. Backwoods aren't cool. Let's show that up on the big board. Appreciate you. Every time I get a super chat, we hear from my beautiful daughter, Zariah Gosh darn Luna.
Wow.
Brandon Stevens, 92.9 pass rush grade, 70.7 run defense grade. Pair him with Sauce, good coaching in their defense, and watch him flourish. Yeah, Sauce responded on social media and said, any corner that's opposite of me is going to ball out. We're all going to make each other better. That's exciting. That's another good thing to think about. Michael Carter is the highest paid nickel corner in football. He was banged up all of last year. He had a troublesome back. He had all kinds of injuries. Michael Carter was not Michael Carter last year. You go to Sauce. He was coming off a down year. Now, relatively speaking, Sauce was still really good. And now you have Brandon Stevens, who's on the other side. I'd still like some corner depth. I like Quantez Stickers. That's exciting. I like Jarrett Bernard Converse. If you could bring back Brandon Eccles, that would be exciting to me as some insurance depth. But we'll see what happens. Maybe Quantez makes that leap. Maybe JBC makes that leap. But yeah, there is stuff to like about Brandon Stevens. Brandon Stevens. Let me see. I have it up here in front of me. It is Stevens. Yeah, Brandon Stevens. So yeah, backwards aren't cool. 100%. There are things to like about him. Now, like I said, there are concerns. There are whatever you want to call them. That and I say it off the top rope here that you don't have to. You don't have to love every signing. You absolutely do not have to do that. By the way, 3 raffle tickets for you. Backwoods aren't cool. Appreciate it for a contest coming up. Which, by the way, I guess I'll show you guys what you're competing for. If you didn't know, let me throw it up on the big board here. A New York Jets patched out pullover hoodie, a Super Bowl prize pack including multiple items from Super Bowl past. You're going to really love that one. And a custom laser engraving Jets Boy Green gift package. Again, we'll be giving this away on April 1st. To be eligible, you just have to buy a raffle ticket. They're $2.99 a piece. So you can either send in super chats throughout the entire month of March to add up to get as many raffle tickets. There's no limit. Or you could gift Boy Green Coffee Club memberships, which are conveniently $2.99. So every Boy Green Coffee Club membership you gift either to yourself or others is a raffle ticket each. So make sure you guys enjoy. But yeah, backwoods aren't cool. There are things to like about Brandon Stevens coming in. He's an exciting guy. He's probably the least exciting of the group so far, but again, not everyone is going to be this home run that everyone loves. But I love it. Some raffle tickets, baby. Hey, look, FL Phil 98, baby, a.k.a. Philium. Let's go. FL Phil 98 getting it done. That is his second raffle ticket of the month. Appreciate you, Phil. Appreciate you. Let me see. That membership went to, I just had it. 1 second here. That went to Ronnie D. Shout out to Philium. Ronnie D. You just got that membership from our boy, FL Phil 98. Appreciate you. Another raffle ticket, baby. Hell yeah. Yeah, let's see. I just want to make sure I didn't miss any super chats real quick. Any other membership gifting? I want to make sure we're all caught up here. All right. A lot of comments coming in. Whoa, mamacita. Okay. Again, I can't believe Javon Kinlock got paid $45 million. Good Lord, have mercy on my soul. That was crazy. Kevin says, Cooper Kupp was released. Any interest? Sure. As a straight-up free agent? Yeah, sure, there's interest. Yeah. The Jets need receiver help. They need receiver help. So, yeah, that's an option they should consider, absolutely. We'll see if that's something he would want to do. But yeah, Javon Kinlaw, $45 million. Hassan Reddick, $14 million, $12 million guaranteed, and he was the first signing when legal tampering period opened up. What the hell? Boy, I am okay. Hey, I'm sure those NFL people are way smarter than me, but that was aggressive. That was aggressive. That's for sure. Yeah, let me give you some free agents before we get to the phone lines. We got 100 people in the room. Let's talk about some other things the Jets need. Wide receiver, obviously, is on that list. Some of the best available. Amari Cooper is still available. And going off the NFL.com list, this is a live tracker. It tells you the best available players. So we'll start out wide receiver. Amari Cooper's out there in the free agent streets. He's a possibility. Stephon Diggs is out there. He's coming off a torn ACL. Factor that in wherever you can there at wide receiver. Let me see. What other wide receivers do we have on this bingo card list? We lost a lot of guys. Josh Palmer apparently is a guy the Jets were circling. He ends up going to the Buffalo Bills. Ugh, that bastard. So he's gonzo. Mike Williams, but I don't think we're getting another breakfast sandwich here. So sorry, wide receiver Mike Williams. I don't think that's happening. Elijah Moore, baby, huh? Huh? I don't know. He's only he'll be 25 during the 2025 season. We'll see. Keenan Allen, an older guy, but a steady Eddie veteran when he's healthy. Keenan Allen is an option there for the Jets at wide receiver. That could make a lot of sense. DeAndre Hopkins, he's out there. Okay, he's an older guy, so take that for what you will. Okay, and that's it. There you go. Those are the top wide receiver free agents, which, like I said, no bueno. Although, obviously, we just talked about it. Cooper Kupp is now going to join that group, but I don't know if that's the fit. He's probably looking for Super Bowls, and the Jets need to sell that they are going to be competitive. They haven't won more than 8 games in 9 years, and they have one winning season the last 14 years. So, there's going to be some doubters. That's basically what I'm saying. So wide receiver, obviously, is a need for the Jets, but there's not a lot of great options out there, if we're being candid. I think a big one is defensive tackle, obviously. Boy, do the Jets need some Brutus Beefcake on the inside, and a lot of guys have already come off the board. So defensive tackle, to me, should be a priority, an area of need. Javon Hargrave is out there. That would make a lot of sense. Steve Wilk crossed over with Javon Hargrave when he was over there in San Francisco. Javon Hargrave is 32. Obviously, if you want to go AG, you got Levi Onwuzurike. He's 27, coming off of the Detroit Lions. A guy I've been chasing forever, and I just don't know if it's ever going to happen. Calais Campbell, he is a free agent. He's 39. He's old as hell, but continues to be gosh darn effective. I would love me some Calais Campbell action. Not sure if the feeling is mutual there. Jonathan Allen is currently still a free agent. He got cut by Washington. He obviously could make a lot of sense for this team. We just need that beef. And they're obviously going to attack that during the draft, but I would like a multiple pronged approach here. I'd love to get a little bit of draft and a little bit of free agency at the defensive tackle position. So give me some of that action on the interior. I would love it. I just want to make sure I'm not missing. Oh, DJ Jones, it says here that he re-signed with the Broncos, so he's no longer an option. So defensive tackle, that's another thing to consider for the New York Jets. So we've got wide receiver needs, we've got defensive tackle needs, and right tackle. Obviously, you guys have been talking about it in the chat. Morgan Moses, that traitorous bastard, went to the New England Patriots. I can't blame him. They paid him way more. I would not be comfortable giving Morgan Moses that 34 3-year deal. He's a great guy, but it is what it is. You can't give him a 3-year deal for that amount of money. So good for New England. They take him away, but now we have a gaping hole at right tackle. It seems like the guy, if you look at the top 100 list, the guy to roundhouse kick is who Caroline Hendershot brought up. What about Jedrick Wills, young offensive lineman coming from Cleveland? You take a 1-year flyer, he could be your right tackle. Played right tackle in college out of Alabama, was a guy that went ahead of Mekhi Becton in that draft. He was part of the Big Four. We had Andrew Thomas, we had Jedrick Wills, we had Mekhi Becton, Tristan Wirfs. Those were the Big Four offensive tackles that came out of that 2020 draft class, and he's out there. So he would be an interesting guy, probably a 1-year deal. Dave Berger asks, how much? Probably a 1-year deal for insert amount of money, whatever it is for offensive linemen. Could be 1 year, 10 mil, something like that. Could be around the ballpark. Yeah, he would make sense at right tackle. Or the Jets are just going to get super aggressive. And I hate having that sort of need heading into the draft, because then the Jets would have to be aggressive for an Armand Membu out of Missouri. Will Campbell, can he play right tackle? Is he going to kick inside the guard? And Membu, there's been some mock drafts that put him at 4th overall. So, yeah, you don't want to go into a draft with a gaping need. Then you're going to have to force feed something, and that's the worst possible place you could be. I will tell you, I think I said this on the show yesterday, but I'll repeat it. I'm just so glad we got Olu Fashanu last year, man. The left tackle options and free agency, they suck. The draft sucks at left tackle. Free agency sucks at left tackle, man. I don't know, man. I am so glad we got ourselves Olu Fashanu last year. We got left tackle on lock. That's feeling pretty good. Jacques asked here on Facebook, what's going on with Kinlaw? He signed a 3-year deal for $45 million with Washington. So comp pick formula could be coming for the Jets, because you got Hassan Reddick, you got Javon Kinlaw, you got DJ Reed, a lot of money flowing out. Now, again, What the Jets do in free agency obviously counterbalances that. So we'll have to see sort of how the dust settles after all of free agency. So a lot to be figured out there. We got 900 people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe, baby. Let's go. Let's continue to grow the Boy Green family. I want to get to 10,000 subscribers. We just surpassed 7,500, which is awesome. We'll be giving away an autographed piece of New York Jets memorabilia. I'll be picking that at random when free agency calms down, and I'm not writing a million free agency articles. We'll drop that at some point this week. And one lucky subscriber, I'll be reaching out to you for that prize, and we'll mail that right over to you. And then we'll do another big giveaway at 8,000. I'm hearing all the Chris Olave rumors. I wrote about it. I mean, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. So let's, yeah, man. Yeah, you want to trade for Chris Olave. I'm curious on the price, and also the concussion sort of scare me. But that'd be an interesting wide receiver, a creative wide receiver option. The concussion scare me, but get all the Ohio State boys back together. That makes sense. Another name I'll throw out there, because obviously the Jets need more safety help. Ifitu Melifonwu, another Syracuse guy, plays safety, plays corner, lanky, big guy, super athletic family. His older brother, Obi Melifonwu, blew up the combine a bunch of years ago coming out of UConn. Same sort of versatility. He didn't really make it in the league. Again, he won a Super Bowl and made money for himself, but in terms of being this dynamic all-pro player, he was not at the NFL level, and we'll see if Ifitu can be anything like that, but Ifitu is a super talented player. So Ifitu is a guy that's high on my list, and obviously, what are we doing at tight end? We're bringing back Tyler Conklin. We going Jawan Johnson. What's happening at tight end? That's another one to keep an eye out for. I'm just going to go through and just mention players. Devon Holland, the Jets reportedly had interest in. I'm not sure if they still do after bringing in Andre Cisco. We'll see. Are they bringing in another safety? Justin Reed is still out there. He's a really good run defender. That'd be a great balance, pairing Justin Reed with Andre Cisco potentially in the secondary. I don't know if they're going to double dip at safety like that, but that'd be a lot of fun. So sign me up for that. Evan Ingram's out there, and boy, would Evan Ingram be a fun ad. He's a prolific pass catcher. He's 2 years removed from his Pro Bowl campaign when he had 114 catches. That is more catches, by the way, than the Jets have ever had in their history as a franchise. Brandon Marshall currently holds the record at 109. Evan Ingram has more than that 2 years ago with the Jaguars. So that would be a fun addition potentially for the New York Jets. We need another pass rusher. Azeez Ojulari is a guy I like coming from the New York Giants. He would make sense. He's 25. He's super young, so that'd be the right fit from that perspective. DeMarcus Lawrence, my dad's boy from the Dallas Cowboys, he's 8 years older. He's 33. He's going to be turning 33 this offseason. He's coming off that Liz Frank injury. That's a little concerning from that perspective. I've heard Zach Rosenblatt brought up the possibility of AVT kicking out to right tackle to solve that need, and then we sign a guard. I don't want to, me personally, I don't want to move around AVT anymore. He's coming off a healthy year. He's entered the last year's rookie deal. Enough moving with AVT as far as I'm concerned. Let's keep him at right tackle, and we'll figure it out. So I just want to throw that out into the ethos. Dante Fowler Jr., edge rusher, 31. He's a guy that Jet fans have been circling forever. He's coming off a double-digit sack season. He could certainly make sense, obviously, as a possibility. Zadarius Smith got cut from the Lions, 32-year-old. Again, there's that connective tissue there, which obviously will be talked about. Let me see. Is there anyone else I'm missing in this top 100 free agents still available? Again, Jawan Johnson, we mentioned him. Tyler Conklin, we mentioned that possibility. And there we go. That is the top 101 free agents available and the guys that tickle my fancy. All right, we got nearly 1,000 people in the room, baby. God bless as we're reacting to all this free agency spending spree. Why don't we do this? We'll play a quick Hep song. If you guys would like to call into the show, now will be the time to do so. That is youtube.com/boygreen25. Feel free to react to any Jets free agent signing or share your own predictions on who the Jets could be jumping in. If you're watching on Twitter or Facebook, we appreciate it, or after the fact, or the audio-only version, we appreciate it. But if you're watching live and like to call in, now will be the time to do so. That is youtube.com/boygreen25. Quick Hep song up next. We'll take your phone calls right here on Boy Green Daily.
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Talking Jets football, man. Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. New York Jets Football Club. Offense, defense, special teams, watch Jets football with Boy Green. Jets, Jets.
Yes, just what Hep said. Let's bleeping go. Okay, we now officially have that as the pinned comment on youtube.com/boygreen25. So if you'd like to call into the show, again, now is the time to do so. Get your participation trophy, baby. Also, continue to send in your memberships and super chat. We'll continue to answer some of those questions as well coming up here on the show. Another possibility, obviously, you guys are talking about Tyler Warren in the comment section. Yeah, that'd be fun at 7 overall, baby. You can sell me on some Tyler Warren. I know we got Penn State Joe, who normally calls it on Twitter. That makes a lot of sense. Taylor Sterling says, any hope for Jeremy Rucker to make a resurgence with Fields? That could be another Ohio State boy. I don't know. Me personally, I just haven't seen it from Jeremy Rucker. It was a cool story. Oh, wow. Longtime Jets fan. Bill Rucker, his dad. Oh, so much fun. It just hasn't happened at the NFL level. He's probably going to make at least the 90-man roster. It's not like he's going to get cut tomorrow. He will have an opportunity to fight for his right to party. We'll see if he does. I don't know. But yeah, I'm sure the prior connection of Justin Fields doesn't hurt, but we'll see what happens there. We'll see what happens there. I don't know. My expectations are not very high. Luca, by the way, says how much for Holland? His projection is 4 years for $80 million, $20 million per. So that would be rich, to say the least. Again, I don't know if they're still in on him after Cisco. TBD. I don't know. I don't know, but there was a lot of smoke that the Jets were interested in that big money safety. And by the way, while Javon Holland, a young player, a lot of fun, interesting. I'm cool with the Andre Cisco dip for all the reasons I already talked about. So that seems a little rich for me. All right, let's do this. Let's jump on over to the phone lines. Jim, the GM, baby, joins us.
Good
What's up,
morning,
Jim?
Mr. Paul. Check this
Yeah.
out. So, once you become a member of our Jets organization, all the trying to down you and all that, I get rid of all that. You're a Jet now, I got to support you until you prove me otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Lazor, Luke Getzey,
Mm-hmm.
and Arthur Smith, who couldn't do nothing with B. John Robinson, were the offensive coordinators that Justin Fields worked with in the NFL.
Yikes.
Nobody there that I'm like, oh, that's like a clean. No, it's not Kingsbury. No, it's I don't know who those dudes are. That being said,
yeah,
it would not be a lie to say that Justin Fields is probably second most explosive runner from the quarterback position in the NFL behind our boy Lamar Jackson and probably maybe Jaden Daniels. He's in that range, though, of explosiveness when it comes to running the rock from the quarterback position.
Yeah, again, he had an 1,100-yard rushing season. I mean, that's incredible.
Okay, so if the reports are true that Aaron Glenn gets the most out of his players, then we have to trust the process when they go out there and get guys like the kid Stevens out there in Baltimore who's 6'1". Pair him up with Gardner, 6'2". That's tough corners to throw on in games. We have to trust that Aaron Glenn is going to get their playing level higher. And by the way, I did not like that text, that tweet, whatever you want to call it, that Sauce going to put out. He needs to relax and get the stick out his ass. He's not that good. Last year, let's forget about the first 2 years. Last year, he didn't play good to me. He grabs holds for him to put out that tweet, and everybody gets better playing across. Relax, man. Focus. It's time to focus. Stop all the nonsense, Sauce. But that gives us two big corners on the outside. Big corners. Love the Cisco pickup. That's I wish we would have signed him for more than 1 year, though. But that's a good pickup. Remember, in free agency, you fill needs, you draft for value. So we're filling the needs. We're doing what we have to do. We got to be easy, but now this does open up an interesting draft for us, right? Because now we don't have to necessarily reach, right? We can get best player available. And best player available just might be Warren. It might be Warren from Penn State.
Hey, I would say this, especially we not having a right tackle right now. Some people would say maybe the Jets force right tackle. But if you don't want to force, because I think that's the worst place to be in the draft is when you're trying to everyone knows, like, again, what was it a couple years ago? Well, the 2020 year it worked out, but it didn't work out with the player not performing. But everyone knew the Jets needed a left tackle and Mekhi Becton. And then, again, it was just painfully obvious. So you hate going in when you have a massive void that everyone in the world and your brother and your grandma knows who you have to pick. So Tyler Warren is great in both pass protection and run blocking. He is an extra offensive lineman. That's how Daniel Jeremiah described him. So to say, hey, whoever our starting right tackle is, Tyler Warren, he's surgically attached to your hip. Where you go, he goes. And that should help, at least with him, to bring some of that in. So that could make a lot of sense.
Only bad news, though, Paul, that I heard that didn't make me happy.
Okay.
I heard that the New England Patriots are enamored with him.
Who? Oh, Warren?
Warren.
Wow.
So,
that would be, if they take him 4th overall, that'd be crazy.
But that's what I heard. They
All right.
also, you know, I could care less what they do, but they've been doing what they have to do in free agency. They picked up that big boy from Philly I wanted on that offensive line. The defensive line. They have to do so. Our division's going to be competitive, but I think we had a solid first day. I'm looking forward to see what Justin is. He's playing with a chip on his shoulder. And remember, guys, last thing I'll say, we were ecstatic to finally get a coach that wanted us, right? That wanted to be a Jet. Well, guess what? Justin Fields wanted to quarterback for us because Pittsburgh wanted him back. And in fact, word is through multiple sources, if you go online and scrounge around, word is that he told Pitt, hold up, I got to see what these cats are talking right here. So he chose us over Pittsburgh. Now it could be that he got benched, which was crazy at 4-2. It could be had a little issue with that. I don't know what's going on, but he chose us. Give me a player that wants to play for us, and let's see what happens, rather than us trying to, no, I'm happy. I think Justin Fields was the best option compared to the names we had to. I don't think we would have been happy with Mariota or somebody like that. He was the best option. The kid is young. Hey, we might strike lightning in a bottle. And if it doesn't work out, guess what? 1 year, bye-bye. Next year's draft that everybody's seen it's the best quarterback draft since the days of Dan Marino. Let's see what happens. So let's be optimistic, Jet fans. This was a good, solid first day.
There's no doubt about it. June, thanks for the call. I will say this for additional Justin Fields notes, because I've been trying to, ever since Justin Fields was official, I wanted to eat and enjoy everything on Justin Fields. This was on the Insider Show. This is an NFL Plus show. But Ian Rappaport came on and said that Justin Fields, I don't want to say pissed, because I don't want to start putting words in people's mouths talking about other things, but him getting benched, something that June just brought up, is apparently something that was on the mind of Justin Fields when he was in free agency. So let's rewind. I don't want to assume everyone knows. So, okay, Justin Fields is starting quarterback for Pittsburgh for the first 6 weeks of the season. Russell Wilson gets hurt in the offseason. Justin Fields gets the job done. He's 4-2 as a starter. He has 10 touchdowns, 1 pick. So he had individual success, and the team had success. Things seem to be going well. Week 7, they play the Jets. Mike Tomlin yanks Fields, benches his ass for Russell Wilson. It ends up working out in the immediate, where they go on a mini run. They were, I think, 10-3 at one point, and then it all collapses and they stink. But Justin Fields got benched despite playing well for himself and looking like a different man. And apparently, when he got to free agency and Pittsburgh came crawling back to him, please be our quarterback, he went to a channel for our wrestling fans, the Cody Rhodes Rock moment, and the John Cena in the ring. Hey, Steelers, go fuck yourself. And everyone goes, whoa. That's what Justin Fields just said to Pittsburgh. For a wrestling fan, you'll get that. If not, hit that with a Goog search. It's worth it. So, yeah, apparently, like, he saw the Jets, apparently, according to Ian Rappaport, he saw the Jets as a great opportunity. And to June's point, he did want to hear them out after legal tampering, hear the contract, hear the vision, all that. But on top of that, he's like, oh, Steelers. Oh, you want to bench me now? You want me? Hey, by the way, just put it in the back of your head. Schedule doesn't come out till May, but the Jets host the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2025. Prime time game! Exclamation point. By the way, here's another little nugget. As if that was enough of a storyline to be a headline for a primetime game. Aaron Rodgers is the favorite to become the next quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers. We'll see if that happens. That means Aaron Rodgers will be coming back to MetLife Stadium in Pittsburgh. Black and yellow. Disgusting. I hate the Steelers. Okay, I hate the Patriots. We hate all our divisional opponents for obvious reasons. But if there was a team, they said, Paul, you have one more team that you could just scream your hate for. Oh, it's Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh fans, they got a freaking golden spoon shoved up their ass. Oh, title, Steel City. Ugh. Gross. Disgusting. The mid-2000s, I don't forget. The second AFC Championship game, I don't forget. F you, Steelers. And then if Aaron Rodgers goes there, there's going to be blood in the water. So I'm looking forward to that. But we got a massive super chat just coming in here. Cool Hand 1960, baby. Hey now.
Wow.
Boom shakalaka. Cool Hand. That's 8 raffle tickets, baby, for a contest. Thank you so much. Good morning, Paul. I personally enjoy your podcast and enthusiasm. Thank you. I do believe that the Jets take the best wide receiver in the draft. Who is the best wide receiver in the draft? Cool Hand. Is it this Tater Tot McMuffin fella? Tet McMillan out of Arizona? Is it Emeka Ibuka, Ohio State? Justin Fields like, hey, he's collecting Ohio State players like Infinity Stones? Is he's the next guy? I don't know. But we'll be interesting. Or the speedy kid, Matthew Golden, Texas kid. Either way, Jets need some more wide receiver juice in the room, and another young guy in the draft would be sort of fun. It's not a draft that's well known for its wide receivers, but there's some finds that can be had. Cool Hand. I love it. Thanks for the super chat, my man. And thanks for the support on the show. Let's get a young boy in the 2025 NFL draft. Thank you, Cool Hand. Again, 8 raffle tickets, baby. Let's go back to the phone lines. We got the legend Hep here on the program. What's up, Hep?
Hey, Paul. Hey, fellas. You know what I'm thinking with June? I think Warren makes sense because we're going to be really a strong defense. We're going to run the ball like crazy. This way, if we get Warren, we get a blocker and we get a playmaker, as well as it really caters to Fields' kind of game. He doesn't really get the ball downfield, so a tight end would be perfect for him. Now, I'm curious, though, if we're at 7, do you think the Cowboys will want to jump up if Sanders is still on the board?
I don't know if it's for Sanders. I think definitely Ashton Genty. The Rico Dowdle, the player my father loves for no apparent reason. He's a free agent. For as much as he talked up Rico Dowdle, I saw the Cowboys sign Javonte Williams, so that was a random 1-year deal, but I think they'd be all over Ashton Genty. And I don't think they'll be the only one. Apparently, there's a lot of rumors Chicago is interested in Genty, and that one would be a smaller drop. So if you're the Jets, what you have to value is how far do you want to drop? Bears are at 10, Cowboys are at 12. Obviously, if you drop further, you get more picks. So you sort of have to weigh that for the Jets. But also, I'm sure the Jets have people on their bingo card they'd like. If they drop too far, do they miss out on Tyler Warren or whatever your guy is? So it's a fine line. Yeah.
I heard that maybe if the Cowboys do come up, they would pick up an extra 2.
Oh, that'd be great. Give me a 2, baby. 2 is incredibly valuable in this class.
Yeah, I think so, because I think that's where the beef of the draft is going to be. A lot of stuff pick up a lot of pieces in there. But anyway, just checking in, guys. I'll see you on the rebound.
Love it, Hep. Thanks for the call, brother. Yeah. If we could pick up a 2 dropping from, that'd be 7 to 12. Sign me up. Also, I'm glad Dave Briggs said this. I just wanted to follow this up on the June call. I forgot to mention it. Right? June said, I wish it would have been more for a 1-year deal than for Cisco. The reason why it isn't is, like I said, Cisco's coming off his worst year. So it sort of works out for both parties. Cisco would love to reestablish his value as this dynamic player so he could dip back into free agency and get buco bucks in 2026. The Jets are like, he's coming off a rough year. Is that a sign of things to come? Was that an outlier? Again, it helps out both sides. It minimizes the risk for the Jets, and for Andre, gives him an opportunity to reestablish himself to the greater NFL world. And again, he's 24 right now. He'll be 25 at the start of the season. He will hit free agency as a 25-year-old or re-sign with the Jets, hopefully, because it works out. So, Dave, good call there. That's why, question about the 1-year deal. I would have loved to sign him long-term, but the value wouldn't have been there, obviously, for Cisco, because he knows if he comes off a good year, he can make a lot of money. Let's go to another YouTube super chat here on the channel. A member shout out from the Meadowlands Swamp Thing.
Wow.
Member for 7 months. Rank top 8 and draft the highest ranked available. I think that's the best way to do it. We'll see. Obviously, you're going to have at least 1 quarterback in front of you, maybe 2 with Shador. We'll see what happens there. Is Mason Graham there? Again, defensive tackle. Is Tyler Warren there? That would make sense. Is one of the right tackles there, like Armand Membu? That would make sense. I don't know how this Jets group feels about Breece Hall. So I'll tell you this. Breece Hall didn't have a game with 20-plus carries last year. Well, that's going to change with Justin Fields. We're going to be ground and pound. Is that still trademarked by Rex Ryan? Can we get a patent switch on that? We're going to be ground and pound, baby, which is terrific. So I don't know how they feel about him. Is Ashton Genty is one of the best just overall players in this class. So they go crazy and go for them. They just pick their wide receiver choice, go, F it. We're taking Buka. We're taking Golden. We're taking Tater Tot McMuffin. Who we take at wide receiver? That would make sense. Again, we mentioned Tyler Warren. On defense, off-ball linebacker doesn't make any sense. They could go corner at Will Johnson, but with how they just constructed the team, there's no path for Will Johnson to be a full-time starter immediately, so you wouldn't go Will Johnson. I don't see a safety. Malachi Starks or even our boy Nick Emanwari. That feels a little rich at 7. So, a lot to be figured out there. But I think there are plenty of options, obviously, coming up for the New York Jets from that perspective. So, hey, man, Jet fans. So this was the first wave. We have more waves to make, hopefully, for the New York Jets. All right, let's get another couple super chats in here, then we'll get back to the phone lines. The big fella.
Wow.
Appreciate it, big fella. He says, BG, do we take a flyer on Dalvin Tomlinson? He's exactly the kind of guy that you'd want, big fella. He is a space eater. He is a big, enormous avalanche of a man. He would make a ton of sense, to be honest. And by the way, with your previous super chat combinations, you now have 7 raffle tickets for a contest, big fella, which we appreciate. Dalvin Tomlinson is a black hole in the universe. He's just this massive mountain of a man that you have to go around because you ain't going through. Yeah, he'd be a nice guy at defensive tackle, an absolute space eater. I like that possibility. Like kind of a nose for what the Jets run. Dave Briga asked, are the Steelers paying Najee Harris? He already went to the Chargers. 1-year deal, $9.5 million. So he's off the board. Najee Harris ain't coming back. But good super chat thought there, big fella. I like Dalvin Tomlinson. That'd be a big boy. He didn't fit in on the top 100 free agents there on NFL.com, but that doesn't mean this, that, or the other. Just saying that's why I didn't bring him up on that. Yeah, shout out to Gator here. Emeka Ibuka, baby. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, another super chat coming in. This is for Lillian Big D here on the show.
Wow.
If A-Rod goes to the Steelers, let me make sure I have my reading glasses on. Fuck him. Okay. Tomlin, fuck him, fuck Tomlin, and fuck the Steelers. A triple fuck. Okay. More offense and free agency than Bill D in the draft. Mason Graham, baby. Yeah, that seems like the current thought. It seems like the Giants are Aaron Rodgers' backup plan. That if somehow something doesn't work here, with the Steelers, that he can always fall back to the Giants. I think that's how he's sort of feeling it right now for Lily. That's what I think. By the way, 3 more raffle tickets for the contest for Lily, so appreciate you. Thank you for coming through. 3 more, baby. Let's keep rocking. Appreciate that. I'll adjust the big board here in a second. You do have 26 raffle tickets. Appreciate it. Yeah, I would just say this. The Steelers made a lot of sense, but everyone kept saying Pittsburgh won't do it. It makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense for him. Iconic franchise. Tomlin, I would imagine, would be able to handle all the extracurricular activities that comes with him, the Pittsburgh Steelers. But I agree. We need more offensive free agency, tight end, right tackle, wide receiver. All those are needs. Interior offensive line depth, that's another one for Lily and Big D, and build the D in the draft, because we added a couple of guys on defense, obviously 2 in the secondary already in free agency. Mason Graham, though, I love that pick. Hopefully Mason Graham falls to us. That'd be phenomenal. We have more super chats. We'll get to those in just a moment. Let's get to the phone lines here. We got Johnny Boy here on the program. What's up, Johnny?
Hey, good morning, BG. How you holding up, man?
Hey, not too shabby, my friend.
So yesterday, man, what a day. I was not expecting I didn't think we were gonna make that many moves at all yesterday, if I'm being 100% honest with you. But I'm happy, I'm glad. I love the Fields pick, man. The upside on it is huge, right? And it's 2 years, and it's a just in case type of thing. So
exactly. Right. So if he blows up, you still hold the rights, and you're like, oh, okay, let's get it along. Like, it's sort of the 1 year. So it's a 2-year deal. If the 1 year goes great, Jets and Fields go to the table and say, "You're a franchise quarterback. Let's go. Let's sign you to an extension, long-term deal right now. Let's not wait till next year and get funky." If it's not, then Justin Fields either competing for backup, and that's fine if you have some other superstar quarterback, or if you draft a quarterback in 2026, Fields is the bridge to that guy. So, I think it was well constructed by the New York Jets. Yeah.
Yeah, agreed, man. I mean, the Cisco pick, right? And then the Stevens pick, which a lot of people are kind of like, they're not really liking that pick, but
Yeah,
I
Stevens has
think,
caught a lot of flack in the social media streets. Yeah.
I think that that's like an Aaron Glenn guy, right? And
Yeah.
why not? Aaron Glenn's know that position really well, so I kind of trust them when it comes to that position. So I'm pretty hyped. But I
Yeah.
wanted to ask you, right?
Sure.
So they make these moves and everything like that,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Sherwood stuff and all that. Do you think, so there's two questions. Do you think that this has any effect in Quincy, and Quincy might hold out because he's like, dude, I want more money, right? Or,
Yeah.
and then what are the implications for the draft with the move that they've made? Because essentially, they went ahead and got the quarterback now, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. Do you think they go ahead and potentially move back? Somebody wants to, jump forward and whatnot and get more capital. And then maybe we go way back in the draft and pick up one of the, I think, what's the linebacker that everybody keeps talking about?
Jahad Campbell.
Jahad Campbell and
Yeah.
all that, with the issue with Quincy, if there even is an issue. I wanted to get your thoughts in regards to all that. You know me, man. I'm always, crap goes in my head, so I'm just trying to, think it out and whatnot. But appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, Johnny. Thanks, Johnny, for the call. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. Quincy's a great guy, and maybe he says nothing. But I think for me to assume he says nothing and he just falls in line, I think is a little naive by me. Think about it this way. Quincy Williams is making $6 million per year. Jamie and Sherwood, his former understudy, is making $15 million per year. Just again, let that all marinate. Quincy Williams, former All-Pro linebacker, is making essentially a third of what Jamian's making. I imagine that causes some issues. So if I'm Quincy and his representation, which is Nicole Lynn, by the way, who's been doing a pretty good job making some scratches, obviously, and she's Myles Garrett's agent too. She was Jalen Hurts' agent. She's making a lot of money. Shout out to the beautifully talented Nicole Lynn. But if I'm Quincy, I'm coming to the Jets and say, hey, man, I know I'm entering the last year of my deal. I know you're a new regime. What's up? What's the plan? Are you going to extend me right now? Are you going to trade me? Are you going to do this? Because I could imagine Quincy coming up and saying, I'm not playing on this. I could also imagine him being a good soldier because he's been a great guy and say, you know what? I'll play out this year and then we'll see wherever the gods take us next year. So I'd love Quincy still on this team. He's an exciting guy, aggressive guy. I hope that he plays out this contract. But I would not be upset at Quincy if he's like, the heck? Like, you need to adjust this contract right now. I would totally understand that perspective from Quincy. So, boy, yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. I think there is going to be a problem there, though. That has to be addressed, and we'll see how it's addressed. But, you mentioned Jahad Campbell. So I don't know if Jahad Campbell looks like he's going to be either a first-round pick or really early in the second round. I don't know if the Jets make that kind of investment based on the $15 million they just invested in Sherwood. Not to say off-ball linebackers aren't important, but I think they're going to reinvest their resources in a different position. Now, if Quincy is jettisoned and CJ Mosley retires or is cut, then all of a sudden we're like, oh, maybe we're having a different conversation. But it's an interesting point. It's going to be a storyline to watch, Johnny. Let's go to another super chat here. Fighter Jet, baby. Love this coming in. You just got yourself a raffle ticket for our contest.
Wow.
I was at the AFC Championship game in 2009. I'm 40. Never been more heartbroken in my life. Go F yourselves, Steelers. Never forgive. Never forget. Yeah, we had 2009. I'm sure you just have the year off. 2009 was the AFC Championship game against the Colts. That's where we had the first half lead with the Mark Sanchez double pump Braylon Edwards touchdown down the left hash inside the Colts Stadium, Lucas Oil. And then 2010, the second one, the season 2010, year 2011, is when they had the Steelers AFC Championship game, which I'm sure is the one you're talking about here with Pittsburgh. And that one, that's the one where they just had, and I don't have to tell you, Fighter Jet, I'm sure you remember, that horrific first half. And everything went wrong. And the Jets had this seismic rally in the second half. And every Jet fan, till we die, believes if the Jets get the stop on defense, the Jets are driving down, winning the game. They lose 24-19. Oh, God. That close. Yeah, again, to have the Colts-Jets first half of the AFC Championship game go so well, and then all the injuries hit us in the second half, we can't recover. And then the next year, we start with a terrible first half, finish with a strong second half. If you pair those two together, those two AFC Championship games, we're in the Super Bowl, baby. But obviously, that's how the cookie crumbles every once in a while, Fighter Jet, which is brutal. But yes, I will never forget those, especially Pittsburgh. I just hate Pittsburgh. For Lily, Big D says, is Becton a free agent? Yes, Mekhi Becton is a free agent. If so, do we take another shot at him, do what the Eagles did and put him at guard? Well, there's no obvious spot. The only way that would work, Fleur Lily, is playing all kinds of musical chairs. So John Simpson's at left guard. He's staying there. You have ABT at right guard. He could kick out to tackle, and then you put in Mekhi at right guard. But based on the relationship, I know the coaches that pissed Becton off are no longer there. But Becton's going to sign, I would imagine, a big deal. He had a really good year for Eagles. He ends up going to the Super Bowl, starting guard for a Super Bowl team. Shows a lot of chutzpah. I imagine he's going to get some nice money out in the free agency streets, but I don't think he wants to return to the Jets. I don't know that to be fact, but that would surprise me. But I like the creativity in which you speak. That makes a lot of sense. And we have a super chat on that very comment. Adam is too cool. He's been a member for a month. Thanks, Adam.
Wow.
Becton, right guard, ABT at right tackle, non-zero probability. Yeah, I guess I can't say there is a 0% chance that happens. I guess it's possible. But I would put the chances of this happening extremely low. Again, for me personally, ABT has just been hurt his entire career. And the commonality, I don't know if this is true, but the commonality with the injuries was ABT was playing every godforsaken position under the sun. This past season, he plays one position, doesn't get hurt. Is that the reason he was healthy? I don't know. But I don't want to mess with the juju. He's entering the last year of his deal. It's a 15.3 fully guaranteed 50-year option. I just want to keep ABT at one position. And I get it. It's easier to replace guards than tackles, but I would just keep ABT right there at right guard, to be honest. But I appreciate the creativity that's coming from you guys on the potential offensive line construction. So again, I respect it. I respect what you guys are talking about here, but yeah, I just don't see it. I don't see it. And people are talking about Sauce, Garrett Wilson contract extensions in the comment section. I don't know if we're getting that in the near future. That could be an off-season discussion. We'll see what happens there. TBD. But again, first off, I don't think they should kick not Beckman. I don't think they should kick ABT to tackle, number one. And number two, I just don't see Becton coming back here. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. We got EZ here on the show. What's up, EZ? Good morning.
Yeah. Hey, good morning. That recent thing about Becton, if we were to bring him back, which I don't think either side wants that, I would put him at right tackle.
Ooh,
I mean, because he, next to AVT, because he's been there before with AVT.
He has.
At right tackle. And I think maybe for him going back to tackle would be happy. Maybe he's just happier being guard now. You don't know. Nobody has ever asked him. Maybe someone should actually ask him, what do you want to play? What's your preference?
Be a good question. Yeah.
Instead of, because he did really good at right guard last year. I got to say.
Yeah, he was a mauler on some of those big Saquon Barkley runs. He went through Route 77 and went right past Mekhi Becton. Yeah.
You got a 6'7" tackle playing guard. I mean, damn.
Yeah. Big dude. Working in a phone booth. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Here's my take on free agency so far.
Okay.
Me and you have been pretty much lockstep with Justin Fields.
Yep.
Am I happy with the signing? I'm not unhappy with it. How's that sound? I'm not unhappy with it. I believe the kid has upside. He has showed improvement every single year in the league, so that's a positive.
Sure. Yeah.
He hasn't regressed. That's the main thing. He's back with Garrett Wilson. I think Wilson's probably happy about that.
He is apparently, according to so Zach Rosenblatt spoke with people around Garrett Wilson, and Garrett Wilson said very happy with the Justin Fields addition. So we can confirm that. Yeah.
Now, Cooper Kupp's out there. Don't know if he wants to come here. Amari Cooper. I don't know if I want another older guy like that, but I mean, do you think Cooper still has some game left? I mean, maybe a season or two.
I would need to have a conversation with some Buffalo Bills contacts that I have to say, what the hell happened? Like, was it just he didn't pick up the offense? Why was he invisible all season? Did he have a hidden impact that I'm not seeing beyond the tangible stats? Maybe some of these things are true. I've not had a conversation with people over in Buffalo land about it. But yeah, I would, if we sign him or it starts to become a conversation, I'd love to pick their brain to understand what happened, because he looked completely invisible last year.
Yeah, I didn't really pay too much attention. I guess you have to watch tape on him.
Yeah, I guess.
Has he lost a step? Maybe he's not getting open as fast. Maybe just, Josh just likes to run more.
Could
I don't
be.
know. I don't
mean,
think
Amari's a great route runner, though. That's something I've always loved about Amari. He's such a technician. Yeah.
Unless he's lost a step, that could always happen.
Sure.
The other thing, I think our safety signing. You got to know this about me already, guys out there. I don't remember names. I remember hearing the stuff, and then I'm like good with it, or I remember hearing stuff and I'm bad with it. I like our safety signing. I heard he's a ball hawk. I heard he's
Andre
really
Cisco,
good.
100%.
Yes.
He's a Syracuse guy. Again, I covered him here locally. I watched his entire college career. I watched him get recruited. I had conversations with him one-on-one. I love Andre Cisco.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also, Ian from Jet Central, he was like almost. Well, he's always happy when the Jets make a sign, but it was almost like his head came off his neck. He was so high.
Oh, that's awesome! I didn't see his video, so I'm glad he's on board too. He's an exciting.
He was really hard. As far as this cornerback,
Brandon Stevens
that we drafted,
Baltimore.
How much would it have cost us to really just keep DJ Reed? I mean, he's really
3-year 48. Yeah, let me see. What did DJ Reed? I thought it was 3-year 48 with the Lions. Let me see. What was his new deal? Yeah, 3 years 48. There you go. So what's that math? 16 per. So that would have been $4 million more per year. So we're talking about a $12 million difference. I mean, that's significant money.
Between the two guys.
Yeah, right. Between Brandon Stevens and DJ Reed. So yeah, it's a $12 million difference. And I'd have to double check.
How much better is Reed though than Stevens?
I'd probably say pretty significantly.
Yeah, I mean, but I understand he can ball hawk a little bit. Is what they've
Stevens?
said. No, not him. No. He's not the ball hawking guy. See, I wanted to have. I'm happy about the safety.
Yeah.
The really good ball hawking safety.
Yeah.
But maybe that was the plan. You get a guy that they're going to throw to, because here's what they have said about the Stevens guy that they signed.
All right.
They said he's got good technique and he's always in position. He just never makes the play.
Well,
that was what they said about him.
Yeah, that's not great.
But what I'm saying is he's always in position. So maybe with this new safety, the ball hawk.
I see. He covers the ground. He makes the play that Brandon can't.
Makes that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like he'll cover the guy, and then the safety can come over the top, and it makes it that much tighter a window.
Okay, that's interesting. I didn't think about it like that, but okay.
I mean, this is just me thinking, non-football guy thinking, how can it work? And maybe that this guy covers good enough to maybe not make the play, but make a tighter window so that the safety can come over and make the play.
That makes a lot of sense. And people are saying here in the chat, I trust Aaron Glenn to pick a cornerback.
That too.
So yeah.
You're talking about a guy who was 5'9", who was an all-pro. I mean, he was arguably one of the best guys on that team.
Yeah, I think he was. And also, there's this from Gator McCluskey. Gator
Parcells loved him. And Parcells was skeptical because he was 5'9". But he sold him. If you can sell Parcells, then that means you're something.
I think so, too. Yeah, Gator McCluskey coming in here said if he was DJ Reed, he would have taken a pay cut to play in Detroit. He didn't have to. He got a lot of money. But now he's on a team that is clearly a winner. And he's making
Right.
buco bucks. It's hard to fault DJ Reed for picking door number 2. It's hard to
Well, I
blame
feel
him.
good for DJ. He did a lot for us, and I
course.
appreciate the work he put in when he was a Jet. So I wish him well, just not if he ever plays us.
There
I
you
hope
go.
he just falls on his face and there's a wide open Garrett Wilson for a touchdown.
We'll see him in the
Other
Super
than
Bowl,
that-
baby. There you go.
Yeah, other than that, I wish him I hope he gets to the Super Bowl and loses to us. That's my feeling on that.
I love it.
I'm not
Easy.
I'm not as evil as Green Bean. When a guy gets traded, he interestingly goes into Green Bean shit locker.
Yeah. Yeah, that's sometimes it happens. Again, when a player ends up on the New England Patriots, it's hard for Morgan because I love Morgan. He's such a great personality, great guy. So him going there, it makes it hard. Like I'm trying to think of somebody who's a Jets player we like hate, and then they end up on the Patriots, and we're like, good, we already hated you. Like a guy showing up there that we love, like Morgan Moses is. That one's tough. Thank you to the 1,200 people in the room. Make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe. Again, we are live every single day, no matter what. 7:30 in the morning for Boy Green Daily. We'll be live back again at 3 o'clock. Give you guys some updates on free agents. What more is coming next for the Jets? Again, make sure you guys like the video. Hit subscribe. Those are the free ways to contribute to the promotion of this program, baby. And make sure you stay tuned here. We'll have reactions to every Jets signing that they make here on the channel in short form fashion. Plus, like I said, we'll be live once again coming up at 3 o'clock. Fun show, everybody. Great first wave. $131 million spending spree in this first wave. What more is next? We'll find out soon enough right here on the channel. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in, and we'll see you in a bit.